Welcome back to map walkthrough number 4. I'm your host Jade Cougar and I'll be your guiding light for this walkthrough. Today we're going to be going through the map estate. Now estate is a map situated somewhere in a countryside setting. The estate seems to be more or less a cabin cottage surrounded by a greenhouse and storage shed. It's situated on a hill, which makes this obviously unique for both attack and defense situations. By default, there are 6 locations on this map. I'll be adding 2 more for a total of 8 locations. These are the house itself, or the estate, the greenhouse behind the estate, the warehouse, the power station, the long way, which gets us up to the boathouse area. Then we've got the skidoo shed here. I believe I covered them all. If not, then we will in game. Let's do it. Let's rock this baby. This is going to be more fun than kicking a scouser in the stomach. Here we go. Boathouse. That was a joke. We're at the boathouse right now. For obvious reasons, there's a boat inside, overlooking the long way at the back side of the map, and also the estate to the side. We'll head right away to the estate because that seems to be the central area. You can make a pretty good coordinated attack to the estate. It's obviously quite often fortified to some degree. If you've got teams, you can move up from one location to another, make a nice coordinated attack. The estate has 3 main levels. We'll start from the lowest one, which is the basement. Brings us through the billiard room and the laundromat. Laundromat in your own home. The laundry room, whatever. Okay, then we got the kitchen, which we're on the main floor right now. Got a dining room area, and we've got the main lodge area, the living room area, which leads to the back of the estate, to a very dirty jacuzzi. I'm extremely worried that there's this green stuff here. I'm not sure what that is. Aliens or something. And we've got a kind of a bar room here. And then finally back into the kitchen. If we head ourselves back, we'll go upstairs. There's a small sitting room area with a bathroom and a pink toilet seat. Then finally into a bedroom area, of which you can go outside onto terraces, which cover the side and front of the estate. Okay, we're going to head to the back of the estate right now because I do want to show a couple of things. This is one area that people like to sit on, the roof or this little terrace balcony here, and just kind of overlook the back side of the map, who's coming up to the greenhouse area. But also on this railing here, we're going to get ourselves up on almost the roof. Now this is fairly realistic in my opinion. I mean, this is thick enough. You definitely could sit up here. Why you would, I don't know. But this clearly is a glitch. You can jump over here, turn around and kneel, and just basically camp it out and wait for people to walk through. So watch for it, because there are always those that do it. Okay, we're going to head out the back of the map to the greenhouse. And the greenhouse you can just take a walk through. It's a basic greenhouse, nothing fancy. It will take you downstairs or out to the back, both of which have stairs that go down the hill, so we'll go there in a moment. First and foremost, we'll jump on the greenhouse, which is supposed to be fairly simple. There we go, finally. We walk our way up. You can jump up on here pretty simply. These are for the brave at heart, because you're fully exposed everywhere, but you also have a pretty decent visual of the back side of the map. Where I'm aiming right now is the long way, and also the snowmobile shed, and then obviously second floor of the estate. Fair enough. Let's go down the hill. Beautiful waterfall out you. Okay. You will find some people that are kneeling right here, watching people that are walking or running up the gully. So the center area, I forgot to mention that at the beginning, this is the gully area. head to the warehouse, which has 2 floors, at least on half of it. This back side of the warehouse, there are several different entrances. This is not easy to contain or defend because of the amount of entrances and exits there are. But the front side of this warehouse has several places upstairs of which you can get various views of the estate, the gully, and the snowmobile shed. Okay. Alright, another little glitch, I guess. I wouldn't call it a glitch, really. It's too easy. Oh yeah, make myself sound like an idiot. It's too easy and I can't do it. You jump on this post, and then you jump yourself up onto the roof. That's really all there is to it. It's super simple. And this is pretty nice to do some stealth attack for those that are trying to pick people off from within. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Or from where, pardon me. No. There we go, finally. Okay, then off to the side of the warehouse, we've got the power station. There's the power station building right there. We're going to head up to the top of this station because there's nothing interesting inside on the bottom. Only for the reason that if you're a sniper, this is a pretty decent spot to sit as well. You get a pretty good view. Okay. These power units here, depending on what game mode you're playing, you will find one of the bomb locations in this area. So this is a nice little area to play around in. Okay, here's the actual power station itself. As I mentioned, nothing interesting whatsoever. Up the ladder to the roof, and you've got yourself a pretty decent view of the long way. You've got the other stairways heading up to the boathouse. You've got the back side of the snowmobile shed, and you've got some of the estate, and even some of the estate's front windows right there. Not to mention over here, you can also pick off whoever is running around in the warehouse. Okay, I'm gonna head down to the long way, which heads us up these long stairs to a pretty decent lookout place where you can pick people off that are coming up from the snowmobile shed or the long way itself. And that leads us back to the boathouse, which we will not go back to now. We'll just start it there. So we'll run back down these stairs and head us to the snowmobile shed. Wow, nice snowmobile. Okay, up the ladder to the sniper location. You will find people here quite often picking people off. And once again, I'd like to highlight that behind this particular stone fence, there's quite often people that are there. There's quite often snipers that are trying to hide in this foliage right here. There are snipers that are trying to hide in this foliage as well. And there's almost always somebody that's hiding at some point behind this stone wall, picking people off, including me, that's standing in this window. Okay. On the back side of this building, you can also have a decent view of the power station and anyone that's on the roof there. And that pretty much concludes our main locations. We'll just run through the gully up the hill. This is the gully now. Alright, we've pretty much run through the entire map of Estate. 8 different locations. The estate itself, the greenhouse, the warehouse, snowmobile shed. Behind that, where that power line is the power station. Then we've got the long way, which goes up that hill. We'll take the short stairways. Goes up this hill here and takes us to the boathouse. Alright, 8 different locations. I want to thank you for joining today. Those of you that are guests, second, first, third, whatever time, please come and visit our website, www.unitedgamingfederation.net. I want to thank you for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. If you want to see something different in videos, please feel free to comment. Thank you very much.